Okay, so I wanted to wait a little while and just see how this whole sort of shenanigans, let's say, panned out. Yeah, I wanted to make a video, but I wanted to wait and see what was actually going on with this whole situation. As you know, if you followed me before on my last channel, before it got shut down, you'll know that I am a lifelong martial artist. Yeah, I'm a judo, black belt, karate, everything, kyokushin, karate. I love martial arts. It's been part of my life since I was 7 years old, and I am a martial artist through and through. I love fighting. I love combat sports, MMA. I've followed Conor McGregor since before UFC. I've followed UFC since #1. I mean, I was young. I was 14. I was still at school, and I had to go to the martial arts shop Busen in Goldhawk Road. Sorry, not Busen. What was the name of it? It was something like Busen. It's long gone now. Anyway, it was a martial arts shop in Goldhawk Road, Shepherd's Bush, and you know, I used to go there to get all my weapons and things. And but when UFC came out, the very first one, it was only available in one state in America. I actually had to import VHS cassettes, and I got the first 4 on VHS, and I had to get them imported from Germany, so I couldn't even understand the commentary on them. You know, I wish I still had them now, because they'd probably be worth something. But they were in German, and all I did was I loved watching mixed martial arts, you know, because it was a Bruce Lee thing. Bruce Lee sort of started mixing all the martial arts up back in the 70s. So I am a dedicated, lifelong martial artist. I've followed Conor since before the UFC days, you know, way back when he was champ in the other division. I think it was Bellator, not Bellator or Strikeforce. I can't remember exactly now. It's just it's early in the morning. I've just woke up, so my brain's not working. So I wanted to watch this video. It came out last night online that there was an ESPN video with Ariel Helwani, and Conor McGregor is apologizing and talking about the situation. So I was trying to stay up as late as I could to get a look at it, but it got to about 1:30, 2 o'clock UK time, and I just couldn't get there anymore. I just had to go to bed. So I've woken up today, this morning, 8:30, and it's all over the internet. So I just missed it by a few hours. So I wanted to wait to see what was actually happening here. Bear in mind, this video we're looking at here, the incident happened 5 months ago, back in April, and now it's just surfaced. So so obviously the investigation, if there was an investigation, has now been cleared up and settled, because you wouldn't be able to release this if there was an ongoing investigation. Just a fact there. Right, so we've seen the video, and we're playing it a little bit now. We've seen the reaction from the MMA community. Yeah, the shock horror reaction from the MMA community. Even people like the Big Geordie, who is a serious McGregor fan, his own words, has condemned McGregor and turned his back on him. We've seen the ESPN interview with Conor and Ariel Helwani. So that's what I was waiting for before I made a video. So now let's just recap everything and go over these things. And I just want to give my take on it, because everyone's condemning him, throwing him into the fire, saying it's unexcusable. And there's no other way out. He's a scumbag, and that's it. Yeah, they're condemning him before they know the facts. So all I'm saying is, just keep an open mind. We don't know what actually transpired here. Yeah, we've got a few seconds of video, and this is the danger of video. Yeah, this is the danger of CCTV. There's no context to put it in. All you do is see Conor lash out and hit someone. That's it. That's what you're seeing. We don't know what was said before. We don't know who this man is. And we don't know if there's any history between these two guys, between Conor, between this guy, between maybe this guy and Conor's family. We do not know. Ireland is a very small, close-knit place. I am quarter Irish. My grandma's side is Irish. Yeah, I know Ireland. I've been there. I know Ireland. I know Irish people. Yeah, my aunt, my uncle, Irish through and through. So I know Irish people. Yeah, I know how tight they are. I know how protective they are of their values and their family. All right, so let's just put it all into perspective. Could there be a reason behind this? We do not know. Yeah, we don't know. All you're doing is, all everyone's doing is basing, their reaction is coming from an emotional reaction. It's coming from an emotional place. We're seeing just, if you put some sad music behind this, you could really sort of ham it up. You got an old man sitting in a bar, and you got this brash, cocky millionaire sort of punk that comes in and just slugs him in the face and walks out. That is shocking. But did it happen like that? Can you take your emotions out of the equation and look at it with cold logic and maybe add some sort of circumstantial evidence to it? We do not know what happened. We're just basing it on a few seconds of video. Now, I'm not being an arsehole. I'm not taking McGregor's side. I'm just sitting back and I'm playing devil's advocate, which is what anyone who's sensible should do. They shouldn't emotionally react to this. We need to play devil's advocate and say, just look at the facts of the situation. So we've got Conor coming in here. And he's obviously promoting his whiskey, Proper 12. We can't hear anything. He's buying it, he's promoting his whiskey. So he's giving everyone a drink. So he lines up the glasses. We've all seen this, yeah? And then we got this chap here sitting with his friends, yep. And then interaction does take place between Conor and this guy. But he's had his back to him the whole time. Conor's got these people in front of him, shielding. And, sorry, it's this chap, isn't it? Not this one. And, so he's just turned his, we don't know who this guy is. And I'm going to just put some situations out there that could make this valid. All right, so that looks like just a cheap sucker punch. Yeah, it was a bit of a jab, a bit of a flick, and he took it on the side of the head. We don't know if he went to hospital afterwards. We do not know, yeah? It's something we don't know. All I'm playing is devil's advocate here. So you can roast me and give me shit or whatever for just playing devil's advocate. It's up to you, yeah? I'm saying look at the situation. So that was the punch. That was the situation. We don't know what was said before. We don't know who this man is. And I'm going to come back to this situation in a minute and throw in some possibilities, yeah, that would make you emotionally react the same way as Conor. All right? So just bear all this in mind. Just take a step back, put your emotion levels down, and just think outside the box a little bit. So we got the reaction from the MMA community, yeah? And they are reacting emotionally, yeah? Conor punched an elderly man in the head who was just sitting there having a drink at the bar, blah, blah, blah. We know all this, yeah? So we got all the reactions, yeah? Here's one, look, dude has lost it. Straight up sucker punches a 60-year-old man. Firstly, we don't know how old the man is. He doesn't look over 60. He's got white hair, but so have I. I'm not over 60. So we don't know. The video footage is very grainy. Yeah. Conor has lost his power. The old guy took a punch like it was a cupcake. Yeah. All right. I mean, so all smarmy snide little digs at Conor. Yeah. All snidey little comments at Conor because, we have to bear in mind there is emotional attachment to their feelings when it comes to Conor, because a lot of people are jealous and envious of him. 30-year-old with a millionaire fortune, all self-made. One thing I hate about how this pompous arsehole, so we can read all this, the big outcry. Everyone's very upset, very emotionally charged, I say just calm your emotions down. Just relax. You don't know what happened. So we got all the big boys in, or the current big boys in MMA, all having a go. Like I say, even the big Geordie, he turned his back on him. So we've got all this. Everyone's upset. Some pubs are pouring their whiskey down the toilet and they're condemning the bloke. Yeah, clear sucker punch. There's no room for excuses. Is there? So we then get this, which is the apology. So we just run a little bit of this, and then comment on it.
Could you tell us your side of that story? What happened there?
I mean, in reality, it doesn't matter what happened there. I was in the wrong. That man deserved to enjoy his time in the pub without having it to end the way it did. And although 5 months ago it was, and I tried to make amends, and I made amends back then, it's still, the fans don't even, that does not even matter. I was in the wrong. I must come here before you and take accountability and take responsibility. And I owe it to the people that have been supporting me. I owe it to my mother, my father, my family. I owe it to the people who trained me in martial arts. That's not who I am. That's not the reason. That's not the reason why I got into martial arts or studying combat sport. The reason I got into it was to defend against that type of scenario. So to see that, although months ago, and I have been making steps and continually making steps to do better and be better, to see it, it's like a dagger into my heart as a young martial artist. So I'm just here to own up to that and move on and carry on and face what's coming with it.
Right, so that's his apology, and he goes on, and Errol Houani is Errol Houani, and he just keeps labouring the point, asking the same question over and over. But this here, investigations are still ongoing. If anyone knows anything about police investigations, the video wouldn't be able to be released yet. That's why it's taken 5 months to be released. Yep. And Conor wouldn't be able to comment on the situation if investigations were ongoing. So we know that not to be true. So whatever's happened has been settled. Conor alluded it to just then. Just then he said there that the situation has been settled way back. So it was probably a little bit of a special handshake with a a nice amount in the handshake there. So it's probably been dealt with. And so what's my point? This is the PR apology. Yeah, this is the PR apology. This is damage control. This is him trying to save his brand, save his whiskey line and his clothing and all his business interests, and trying to get back in the good books. Yeah. So this is cap in hand apology, probably written out and sort of worded by a lawyer. Yeah, a very rich lawyer, because Conor likes to get in a scrape, doesn't he? Right. So I'm not justifying. I'm not defending him. Yeah. I just want to start that from the off. I'm not defending him. If it happened the way it happened, that this guy was sitting in a bar, Conor came in being a big shot, telling everyone to drink his whiskey and don't drink that Jameson crap, yeah, which is a possibility. Yeah, if it happened like that, and then the old guy told him to stick his whiskey up his arse, and he took one, a little jab to the face, yeah. That is disgusting, all right? That is disgusting. And there is no excuse for that. That's my official take on it, right? There we go. I want to clear that up. That is how I feel. If it happened the way people say it happened. But I'm going to just paint a different scenario. Right, we know how tight-knit the communities are in Ireland, yeah? I'm just going to throw out some possibilities. Yeah, supposing this is a family here, and they really don't get on with Conor's family. Yeah, Conor doesn't know who's in the bar. He's just walked in there. It looks quite spontaneous, and he recognises this guy after a few minutes, and there's a little bit of interaction between them. You know, maybe this guy said something or did something to Conor's father or mother. Maybe stole from them in the past. Maybe, I mean, this is a stretch, but it's a possibility. Maybe this guy is a well-known paedophile, and he's touched someone that Conor knows. You know, you just do not know. Imagine if this guy was a paedophile. You walk into a bar, you see a paedophile that touched and got away with it. You know, he was arrested and all that sort of stuff. And he touched a child of your best friend. And you see him sitting in a bar having a good time with his buddies. What would you do? You know, you're in the bar, you see this guy sitting there after a few minutes of being in the bar. He turns around, you're like, fuck, what the guy? This is the guy. We've been looking for him. What would you do then? So all I'm saying is, do not base your reactions on emotion. This guy could be anyone. There could be any sort of history between Conor's family. You do not know. And all I'm saying is he acted instinctively. Yeah? Something happened. We don't know if it happened in the bar, whether it was an ongoing thing. But you don't have to react emotionally and start saying, oh, Conor's this, Conor's that, because you do not know. Now, I'm not being a nut hugger for Conor McGregor. I'm being a realist and a rationalist. And that's how it would go out in a court of law. We have to be very careful when it comes to CCTV footage. Now, to clear it up, I'm happy that Conor's come and manned out and he's made an apology on ESPN. Will it affect his career? Who knows? Who knows if he's getting back in the ring? You know, his last attempt with Khabib wasn't all that, was it really? He was, lots of ring rust. So let's hope that he does get back in the ring, because whether you love him or hate him even more now, he is one of the most exciting things in MMA and UFC, which is why you're watching this now. Yeah, this is why it's blowing up all over the internet. Whatever Conor does, people are interested, good or bad. Yeah, and that's star power, and you can't deny that Conor is, whether you like him or not, a very, very special person and a very rare athlete, martial artist. So I'm going to stop there, but all I'm going to say is don't be overreacting based on emotion. Yeah, we do not know what happened. All right, guys, I hope that was informative. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a family. But most importantly, leave a comment down below. Let's talk about this. Is Conor wrong? Have I got it wrong? To be devil's advocate and say, hang on, let's just look at the real facts. Yeah. So let me know down below, and speak to you guys next time.